ground ball up the left side. Pass, roll in. One will score. It's in the gap. It gets by the outfielders. Jordheim goes back. Two will score. Here's the throw down to third. Not in time as Welsh.
Ivy throws it back in. We'll see if the relay comes home. It does not. It's an RBI single.
Called strike three.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on YourLiveEvent.com.
And welcome to our Irie Insurance pregame show here on YourLiveEvent.com in the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree here for game number 3 of day number 2, featuring the hometown Enderlin Eagles and the visiting Kindred-Richland Vikings. I'm Chase Miller alongside Jake Watroba. Thanks so much for tuning in to high school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com. The Kindred-Richland Vikings sit at 5-1 on this season, for the Enderlin Eagles currently at 0-2. After this, Enderlin will have another contest here as part of our Enderlin Baseball Jamboree, as they will go up against the Oaks Tornadoes. That's scheduled for a 3 o'clock start. Then Central Cass and the Ball Stars at 5, with Central Cass and Oaks following that at 7 o'clock. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll take a look at the starting lineups and what's in store between Kindred-Richland and the Enderlin Eagles. This is the 2023 Enderlin Baseball Jamboree here on YourLiveEvent.com.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the Irie Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let Irie Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to IrieInsurance.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Enderlin Area Schools is committed to providing students with optimal learning opportunities so they can reach their full potential. Enderlin Area Schools creates learners who believe in the power of their education to help them learn, excel, influence their world, and direct their future. Enderlin Area Schools take pride in their school and community. For up-to-date information, go online to enderlin.k12.nd.us. Good luck to the Eagles participating in all activities throughout the year. Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. As again, that does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show, as we have our first pitch of the day at 12:57 here on your live event. For more information, go online to IrieINS.com. That again is IrieINS.com. First pitch to Mason Almaris is in for a ball. Second one swung on a miss. Now 1-1. Wold is batting second, the junior second baseman. Then Jeremiah Doctor batting third for the senior catcher. Zimbira on the mound. Jacob works ahead in the count. Now Jake works ahead in the count at 1-2. Max Opgram, the senior first baseman, batting cleanup, followed by Jorgen Swenson, the senior shortstop, fifth. And Grant Spellhaug is batting sixth at third for Kindred-Richland. as Mason fouls one back and continues to stay alive at 1-2. Kylan Swenson, the sophomore center fielder, batting 7th. Bryce Whipley, the junior left fielder, batting 8th, and Owen Hoyme, the junior right fielder, batting 9th here for Scott Milbrad. And the Kindred-Richland Vikings out in their blue tops and white pants here for this contest. Breaking ball in the dirt, 2 balls and 1 strike. Wadeson behind the plate here for the Eagles. Lemnis at third base, Carson Bartholomew at short, Gruba at second. 3-2 pitch upcoming after that one hits the dirt. Dergo in first base, Iwan in right, Wendell in center, and Glarum is going to be in left field. Chase Miller alongside Jake Watroba here on this Saturday afternoon. Hit in the air to straightaway center field, and that goes all the way for Wendell at about 5 feet in front of him, as that one's going to be for a ball. So allowed fly out here for out number 1 in the top of the first inning. High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com as part of the 2023 Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. Jack Wold, the junior second baseman, will come on here earlier today here in the Jamboree. The Kindred-Richland Vikings picked up a 5-2 non-conference win over the Northern Cass Jaguars, thanks in part to a really nice pitching performance by Tate Miller with 7 complete game win with 7 strikeouts in that contest. 2-0, what did you impress you most, Jake, earlier this morning for a little breakfast in baseball for the Kindred-Richland Vikings?
Yeah, Miller just was very impressive, wheeling and dealing that entire game. Ran into a little bit of trouble in that 6th inning, but was able to reel it back in and retire the Jaguars in order in that 7th. So for me, I thought he was the most impressive part of that ball game.
3-0 pitch will be in there for a strike to Wool. Now 3-1 for the junior second baseman here in this contest. 3-1 offering upcoming. That'll be in there for a strike now. 3-2. So for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, this is their final game of the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. 3-2. This one is hit high in the air. That's to center field as well. Takes Wendell to the warning track, and oh, what a play. Wendell's been kept busy early in straightaway center, and he's avoided the snowpack as well.
So that's the greatest feat. Everything that happened just there was his ability to not run straight into the mound of snow.
Well, so far, Omaris and Wold have barreled up Jake Simbura for 2 loud outs here to straightaway center field at Hendrickson Field, but so far unable to get a run, as this one's going to be over for a strike to Jeremiah Doctor, the senior catcher, batting third in that first game against Northern Cass. Had run scored with a single as well. Was able to reach base twice. This one in there for a strike now, 0-2. So if you're Kindred-Richland, 2 outs, but 2 loud outs, Jake, that's always a good thing the first time seeing a pitcher.
Yeah, and if you're Simbura, too, you're lefty on lefty here against Doctor. Maybe this kind of helps you settle in a little bit. Hoping here that this matchup doesn't allow Doctor to barrel one up and, I guess, send another one into deep center field.
0-2 pitch on the way. Yeah, you're kind of playing with fire, even though it feels cold outside when you start getting a little bit. We did see a home run the last game out to a left center field. Saw a couple of loud hits as well for Northern Cass into left. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, trying to lock up Doctor, now 1-2.
You know, Chase, you mentioned playing with fire. Fire would be nice right now,
it
actually.
Would.
It's a little chilly.
Yeah, we're going to get there to where you're going to have a campfire, right, at one time. But outside today, I don't know if a campfire would keep you much warmer if you're not literally right by the fire. 1-2 pitch. This one's hit on the ground and right through the wickets of Adargo at first base. And climbing aboard for the first base runner here is Doctor. Going to be its tough one, is Adargo had a chance to feel it right there, and reaching base is going to be Doctor. Now it will be Max Upgrand here for the senior first baseman. Upgrand earlier today against Northern Cass hit a single in the first and an RBI to boot as well. 1 for 3 in the game, as there's a pickoff, and they got the man Doctor now in a rundown. Adargo goes to Bartholomew, try to glove him. There is the tag, and that'll retire the side. So 1-3-6-4 on the putout, and no runs and nobody left on base. A half inning complete here in Enderlin. The Eagles coming to the plate.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
Enderlin Insurance Agency welcomes all the players, coaches, and fans to the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. At Enderlin Insurance Agency, they're here to help you protect what you've worked hard to earn. Whether it's your home, vehicle, business, or a combination of all these, they have you covered. Enderlin Insurance Agency is committed to a high standard of excellence in all that they do and to establish a firm relationship of mutual trust and service with each of their clients. Give Deb, Luba, or Adam a call today at 437-2444. The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings! So we go to the bottom of the first inning, so Simbira was able to go in the inning there. And a couple flyouts. Doctor was able to reach base via the air at first base, and then was tagged out again. 1-3-6-4 on the putout. As the good news for the Kindred-Richland Vikings is Doctor's taking his time, which was fine because off the air, Jake and I were talking about, hey, is he looking all right? Because he was kind of limping out to the dugout here up the third base line. So he's just going to take the extra time again with this kind of a temperature too. That just might feel a little more of a stinger than what you might have at other particular times. So we'll see how Doctor is going to fare moving forward here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Going up against the Enderlin Eagles here. The first time through the order for Enderlin, they'll go like this. Anthony Wendell, the junior center fielder, batting leadoff. Carson Gruba, the second baseman freshman, batting second. Cashton Wadeson, a junior catcher, will be batting third. Carson Bartholomew, the senior shortstop, batting cleanup, followed by Adargo, the freshman first baseman. Jake Zimbira, the sophomore pitcher, sixth. Colton Iwan, the senior right fielder. Then Aiden Glarum in left, the junior batting eighth. And Brandon Lemnis, the sophomore first baseman, is batting ninth here for the Enderlin Eagles. Homer's on the mound here for Mason for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Throws a strike now, 0-1. Gets ahead in the count here of Anthony Wendell. And the pitch. This one going to be foul tipped, and now it'll be 0-2. Whipley in left with Swenson in center field, Kylan, and then Hoyme in right. 0-2 pitch is popped up, and this one will be out of play. Spellhaug is going to be at third base with Jorgen Swenson at short. Wold at second, Opgren at first, and Doctor behind the plate. No balls, 2 strikes to leadoff batter here with Wendell in the bottom of the first inning. And the 0-2 pitch. That will be strike 3 looking. And that's first strikeout here for Almers, as you'll have Gareth, umpire, and alongside Cale Hamry here calling balls and strikes. Gareth Hansen will be on the base pass for this one. This will be a ball to Carson Gruba, now 1-0. Second baseman freshman here, the Enderlin Eagles, will play back-to-back games with the Oaks Tornadoes following this contest. I'll be in there for a strike, and about 2 hours from now is the scheduled time at 3, while for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they will enjoy the rest of their weekend before they play Northern Cass on Tuesday in Kindred. This one in there for a strike at 1-2. So for Mason, Almer's doing a good job attacking the zone here through the batter number 1 and number 2, looking for his second out, and he's going to get it via the strike 3 looking back-to-back pitches, and so far Mason in a good zone right now.
Yeah, Almaris has looked phenomenal here, these first 2 hitters, excuse me. Getting the first batter to look, catch him looking on that curveball, and then right there, freezing Gruba on the fastball.
I like the word freezing Freezing for a reason today here in Enderlin. Cashton waits and works ahead in that count now 1-0.
Pun was unintended there.
A pun was unintended. Game number 3 of the day today here for the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. There's a two-hopper. Spellhow goes across the diamond. 5-3 on the putout to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. We go to the top of the second inning. It's the Vikings coming to the plate here on your live event.
It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground. It's going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net.
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Top of the second inning here on yourliveevent.com. It's the Kindred-Richland Vikings and the Enderlin Eagles as we get you set for game number 3 and game number 9 of the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. 9 of 12 games here this weekend. For more information, you can go to our website, yourliveevent.com, for some other games throughout the spring. And then as we get you ready, you've been seeing that All-Star promo. We'll have you set for June. And I don't want to say it because it means summer's over, but we know high school football and high school volleyball is not going to be too far away when you start saying August 15th, Labor Day weekend, Jake.
Well, it sure feels like football weather right now.
It does. It really does feel like football weather here in Enderlin.
You got the football weather. You got the draft going on.
Let's see what the temperature is. We have about 47, 48 degrees. Wind has kind of been blustering between 10 and 20 miles per hour throughout the day. Supposed to get a little bit more gusty as this one moves along. Max Upgrand here will come on. First pitch swinging. That'll be fouled off. Now 1-2. As for this contest, this is a high fly ball deep to center field. Get up to the warning track, and that is gone. Off the train tracks on the second pitch of the at-bat, Max Upgrand goes yard to center field for the round tripper.
What a moonshot there by Max. Got a hold of that ball, just barreled it up and put that on the train tracks.
Well, I was kind of curious. The center fielder there, Wendell, kind of climbed the snowpack to maybe see if he was going to be able to take the base knock away. Instead, that's a deep fly ball, and the first blood drawn on our Bank North scoreboard goes to the Kindred-Richland Vikings.
Chase, I noticed the wind has kind of died down a little bit from earlier this morning. But even with the wind, I think that one still gets out.
And this one comes in and will hit the batter here in Jorgen Swenson. So after a 3-up and then getting a pick off a doctor, the Kindred-Richland Vikings able to earn a hit batter and now a hit and a run that was scored. But yeah, Opgren, you really turn it around, almost hit the straightaway center field press box here at Hendrickson Field. As this one's going to be blocked in the back by Wadeson, as you have Spellhow Grant on the plate for the junior third baseman. As the Kindred-Richland Vikings right now have taken their first lead of the day. And the pitch, runner's going to go. Swenson makes his way down to second. Throw not going to be in time here, and there will be a runner in scoring position now for Kindred-Richland on the stolen base. Region 1 contest here. The Enderlin Eagles at 0-3 on the season. Kindred-Richland currently at 5-1. The Vikings losing to the Central Cass Squirrels. This one's going to be hit on the ground. That's the second baseman, Gruba. Able to go 4-3 on the putout. Quality out, though, on that particular play as it allows the runner to get the third with Swenson. So Swenson a little bit closer. Now 4-3 on the putout with one down here in the top of the second. And as we mentioned, those are just the small things, right? If you're going to have outs, have productive outs with runners on. Doesn't matter if it's no outs or one out, just move the runners forward, because as we've seen a wild pitch, we've seen the suicide, we've seen a little bit of everything here in this tournament, Jake.
Yeah, Spellhawk there hitting behind the runner there, able to move him over to the third base. You got him on standing on third now with one out, and you have an opportunity, a sac fly to drive in a run to make it a 2-run ball game, or a pass ball. Like you said, anything can happen now.
Kylan Swenson is working ahead in the count here on Simbura, 2-0. And the pitch on a miss for a ball, now 3-0. Bryce Whipley, then Owen Hoyme due up next. Overcast sky's been through most of the day. The one time we might have saw the sun, a little bit of moisture came on, but ever so briefly here as that one is thrown for a strike at 3-1. Simbura right now looks into waits and the 3-1 offering. That's going to miss outside the zone. 4-pitch, make that a 5-pitch walk for Swenson. So the brothers walk. Swenson with the hit by pitch, and then Swenson, the younger brother, Kylan, earns the walk. So there'll be runners at first and second as Bryce will come up to the plate for the junior left fielder. Whipley right now will handle it with runners at first and third with one out again in the top of the second inning on our Bank North scoreboard. As we'll see if Kylan runs early here for Kindred-Richland from first base. He'll stay put. Good-looking pitch on the way for Jake for a strike. Now it's 0-1.
Important for Simbura to get out in front of this hitter here. You don't want to fall behind with runners at the corners.
As we'll take a look for the Enderlin Eagles right now, trying to minimize the damage here. Obviously, you'd like to see something on the ground, turn 2, try to get it out here. There goes the runner. That comes in, and no throw going to be down. So Kylan will scamper to second base as that one came running in on Bryce. Almost hit him. Now runners in scoring position. Kindred-Richland Vikings taking a game from Northern Cass, which was a well-pitched game for game number 1 of the day, 5-2. Going through, and that'll be a strike. Now 1-2. Owen Hoyme due up next for Kindred-Richland. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Runners in scoring position for the Vikings. Swung on and missed. This one waits and tried to apply the tag. Comes across and he'll throw it down. That'll be a strikeout here for Simbura. And that's his first one of the afternoon. So Owen Hoyme now will come up to the plate.
It's a big strikeout for Simbura there, too.
Very large to try to minimize the damage after Opgren had a solo home run to start things off. Swenson was hit by a pitch, stole second then, and then able to get to third. And right now here, he's one good pitch away from minimizing the damage to 1. Hoyme will take inside for a ball. That'll be 1-0. If Hoyme gets aboard, the opposing pitcher and the leadoff batter, and Mason Almers will step up to the plate. 1-0 pitch on the way. That'll miss out of the zone. Now 2-0. Enderlin will have Bartholomew, Adargo, and Jake will come up to the plate, the 4, 5, and 6 batters. The offering. This one will run in now 3-0.
Kind of an interesting delivery there from Simbura. It kind of freezes at the top of his leg kick.
Trying to catch the hitter a little bit off balance as now he goes more to a traditional set that time. So
mixing, if you want to say it's a quick pitch almost,
yeah,
in a way.
Mixing it up. 3 balls, 1 strike as he throws the strike. We'll see if Hoyme offers at this one. 3-1 is hit on a line to left field. That one's going to die down in front of the left fielder, Glarum. 1 run's coming in. It'll be an RBI single as Kylan thought it was 2 outs. 1 out instead of 2. If he's on from the swing of the bat, that's probably a 2 RBI single, but instead he kind of froze for a moment, picked up his head coach, Scott Milbrandt. Regardless, it is a run here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So Jorgen Swenson will come in. Kylan goes to third, and Hoyme now is at first with a single. Hoyme with the RBI single here for the Vikings. Their second run here in the top of the second inning. Runners at the corners. Hoyme stays put, and Mason takes a strike. Almers able to work the count full and flew out to Wendell. Wendell's been very busy in center field the first 2 batters, and then same thing a little bit with the solo home run there by Opgren. No balls, 1 strike. Hoyme takes his lead from first. There's a quick pick throw Adargo does a good job coming off the base there to keep it.
Saved a run, actually.
Very much so. He's unable to do that. You have the run, and then also potentially, depending on where it goes all the way to the backstop, you could have Hoyme at second, maybe even at third, depending on how far it goes. Here's the 0-1 offering. That'll miss out of the zone. Waitson comes out of the crouch position here. And now it'll be 1-1. Batter number 7 of the half inning here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings in Enderlin. 1 ball, 1 strike. Simbira, runner going from first. Here's the throw. Not going to go down as Waitson just bluffs it. It'll be outside for a ball. Now 2-1 and runners in scoring position. So take the extra 90 feet and see if it pays off here with Mason at the plate. The senior pitcher trying to help his own cause here for the Vikings. This one messing up in the zone. Now 3-1. Kindred-Richland having a game. Again, both these teams will get ready for a couple games next week. Here for Region 1. 3-1 offering. This one is hit high in the air to center field. Wendell will camp underneath it, and that'll retire the side for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Mason has done it once to Wendell in the first and did the second time here, but the Vikings do score 2. New score on our Bank North scoreboard. It's Kindred-Richland 2. The Enderlin Eagles scoreless. The Eagles coming to the plate.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime values such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
Bottom of the second inning we go. Kindred-Richland up by 2 here on YourLiveEvent.com. Calling balls and strikes against Cale Hamry with Gareth Hansen also part of the umpiring crew here for the next couple of games in Enderlin. Still to come later tonight here on YourLiveEvent.com. The Enderlin Eagles will go up against the Oaks Tornadoes following the conclusion of this game. That is slated for a 3 o'clock start. Central Cass will go up against the Ball Stars at 5, and then it's at 7 o'clock, Central Cass and Oaks to round off the 2023 Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. This will be for a ball. Carson Bartholomew, the starting senior shortstop here. As almost right now, the 1-0 pitch. This one, fastball in there. You've seen the curve. We've seen the fastball so far, and he's been able to hit both locations pretty well for 2 strikeouts the first time through this Enderlin lineup in the first inning. And that one, then, we say that a wild pitch, but in the dirt, now 2-1. Kindred-Richland up by 2 over the Enderlin Eagles on our Bank North scoreboard. We'll see if Enderlin can answer back here in the bottom of the second after giving up 2 in the top half. Carson Bartholomew got jammed to the shortstop. Jorgen Swenson is there, and that'll be 1 down to start the bottom of the second inning.
Good pitching by Elmara. So you can really tell, man, there's a big difference between that fastball and that curveball. You know, it's the break on that curveball, the difference in speed. I mean, that's going to be tough for the Enderlin hitters to be to handle that today.
Swung on and missed on the way here as Nargo there. Swung on. Now it's going to be 0-1. As Orn steps in against Mason and the pitch. Swung on. Now 0-2. Working ahead again for Mason on the mound. Almers right now looks for his 3rd strikeout, up 0-2 in the count. Breaking ball in the dirt now, 1-2. Jake Simbira is due up next here for the Enderlin Eagles. One-two pitch. Swung on a miss, and Olmers gets his third strikeout. Able to go up in the zone on that one for the K as Jake Simbura, the sophomore pitcher, will step up to the plate.
Some high cheese there from Almaris there.
Yeah.
Just to reach back and just overpower.
Able to go up through the zone, get the third strikeout here as he's back on the mound. This will be in there for a strike at the knee. Now 0-1 for Kindred-Richland in the top of the third inning. They'll send their 2, 3, and 4 batters to the plate. And now hand the count just like we saw against Orin to Simbira here now 0-2. Mason with the 0-2 pitch. That'll be in the dirt, missing for a ball, 1-2. Get you updated scores from what happened yesterday throughout this broadcast and earlier today here from the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. 1-2 pitch is fouled up the third baseline. And we'll keep it at 1-2. So Mason looking for his fourth strikeout and back-to-back here to finish the second. This one will be out of the zone, now 2-2, while Jake is looking for the first base runner here from the Enderlin Eagles. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. That'll be outside, now makes the count full, first full count here against Mason for an Enderlin Eagle batter at 3-2. And that'll miss for a ball. And the first runner on here for the Enderlin Eagles. So falling behind 0-2, Simbira did a really good job. Fouled off a pitch, took some close ones, and able to get and walk down to first base and get the first Enderlin Eagle base runner of the afternoon.
Great at bat by Simbira there, and you talked about Almaris kind of getting in a rhythm there, getting the ball and pitching pretty quickly there, and we'll see how he can handle pitching out of the stretch with a runner on and see if that kind of disrupts his rhythm and can get things going for the Eagles.
Colton Iwan follows one back at 0-1 as Mason, as we've said before early in this game, is working ahead of batters here. No balls, 1 strike. Here to Iwan, the 7th batter in the lineup. 0-1 pitch is fouled back again, now 0-2. Still to come here in Enderlin, the Eagles against the Tornadoes here for Kindred-Richland. Lost in 5 innings to Central Cass 11-1, then defeated the Ball Stars 10-0 in 5 innings yesterday and topped Northern Cass by 3 earlier this morning. Some misses in the dirt, 1-2. But this, we've said it before earlier today, kind of a prequel of what we're going to see a couple weeks from now in Enderlin on May the 18th and the 20th of the Region 1 baseball tournament. The pitch. Breaking ball got him for the retire the side. Now it's the second strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 2 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. It's 2-0 with Kindred-Richland coming to the plate.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the IRE Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let IRE Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to ireinsurance.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Top of the third inning here on our Bank North scoreboard. The Kindred-Richland Vikings and the Enderlin Eagles here as Wool, Doctor, and Upgran are due up here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as part of the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. Make sure you patronize all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. Without them, we would not be at this baseball jamboree, so make sure you say thank you and when you see them in and around your local communities. Chase Miller, Jake Watroba, as this contest got underway about a half hour ago. As we get to the top of the third inning with Jack Wold and Jeremiah Doctor, and again Max Upgran here as Jake Simbura is back on the mound for his third inning of work. 2 innings, 2 hits against, 2 runs both earned with a pair of walks and a strikeout. so far through 10 batters against the Vikings. And the pitch. This one will run in for a ball to Wold, now 1-0. Wold hit one to straightaway center field as well back in the first inning to Wendell. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. This one in the dirt, blocked by Wadeson, now 2-0. Take a look at the Enderlin Eagles and what they've been able to do in recent years. There's a sign here in the press box of the 1950 and 1990 champs. They've also won a state title in 1997 over Velva. 3 state titles in program history. Most recently, a state appearance in 2019 when they were co-oping with Maple Valley. This one is going to be hit up the middle for a leadoff single here for Jack Wold, as Wold is able to get the 3rd hit of the day for Kindred-Richland. And back to the Enderlin Eagles, Kevin Brotland, their head coach here, have lost to Northern Cass and Oak Grove coming into this Enderlin Baseball Jamboree, then fell to the Ball Stars yesterday in the Kids Day morning game at 10 o'clock here, where they bring the school for Enderlin across the way here in town, and able to get out of class and enjoy a little baseball, kind of get you out of your rhythm and routine. As Jeremiah Doctor will step up to the plate, reach base on the last time up on an error. Runner at first base will stay put as they have a pitch out to see if Wold will maybe chomp to go down to second base. That'll be a ball, now 1-0. The wind's picking up a little bit from what we've had from maybe the morning. The morning it was about picturesque when we came here to Enderlin. Not too windy as well.
We were teased.
Not too bad, and it's got a little maybe chillier with that wind gust. Here's the pickoff throw back to first, but not as cold as last year. Last year was pretty chilly here in Enderlin.
Well, you know, this year I dressed appropriately for the weather, so I know I really can't say. I guess I'm wearing a jacket this year. Last year I wasn't. I know it was very cold last year, not as much this year, so.
Simbira goes back, and the pickoff, that's going to be past the first baseman, Adargo. This will allow Wold all the way to get to second. You could hear the dugout say 3. Scott Milbrandt right now saying, why don't you maybe go one more, and he's going to stay put there as the throw comes back into Wadeson. So going first to third on the air will be Wold, and the Vikings have potentially their 3rd run here at third base.
Yeah, and that's what speed does in the base pass right there, Chases. You get the defense maybe acting a little frenetic and making some errors, and next thing you know, you go from first to third on a bad throw on a pickoff.
Here's the offering to Doctor. That'll miss outside the zone. Now 2-0 as Doctor will look to lift one in the air as the waits, and this one gets by Simbira. So the runner at third base will stay put with Jack Wold. As you have Max Opgren due up next, who already hit a solo home run earlier today, a towering blast to straightaway center field. This one in there for a strike, now 2-1. As the Oaks Tornadoes bus has made its way to Hendrickson Field. 2-1 pitch. This one is going to be hit on a line. That's to center field right in front of Wendell for a one-hopper. Going to be a RBI single on the way. Here comes the throw, and staying put at first base is Doctor, and Kindred-Richland now leads it 3-0. So Wold will come in. All 3 runs have been earned. That's the 4th hit here against Simbira and the 2nd here of the inning. And right now the Kindred-Richland Vikings taking advantage. We said it from the onslaught. Yeah, they didn't have any hits in that first inning, but they barreled up Jake a couple of times, and that's what you want to see. And trying to get a second home run was Opgren there with that swing.
That was a big cut.
Swung on and missed, now 0-1. So runner at first base again is Doctor as he'll take his lead. 0-1 pitch. Missing out. Now 1-1. 3 up and 3 down for Kindred-Richland in the first. Couple of flyouts to center, and then Doctor was picked off on the base pass to retire the side in the first inning. Here's the pitch. This one is hit high in the air down the left field side. Glarum barely has to move in left field, and that'll be out number 1 here in the third. That's a deep fly ball, and in most ballparks, that might be a warning track to possibly even a home run, but here in Enderlin, where that just really jettisons out to left field. That's just a loud out here in the top of the third inning.
That's just a lazy fly ball to left field here at Enderlin.
Jorgen Swenson will step up next, hit by a pitch with a stolen base and a run scored so far today for the Vikings. He will take this one up high now, 1-0. So for Kindred-Richland, 2 runs in the second. So far, 1 run here in the third, looking to add on to it here against the Enderlin Eagles. And Simbira looks back, the runner at first, and the 1-0 pitch. This will miss out of the zone, now 2-0. Glarum in left, Wendell in center, and Iwan in right, as now it's starting to come down and rain a little bit here in Enderlin. As we've seen some off and on again, but more than off than on sprinkles throughout the day. This one will be in there for a strike, now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on the way. Runner at first base again is Doctor. 2-1 pitch, Doctor going. This one going to be hit on the ground, so they'll stay out of the double play ball. The second baseman, Gruba, bobbles it there, and going from first to third, really heady base running by Doctor to take the extra 90 feet.
Yeah, great play there by Doctor to be heads up there and take the extra bag when Gruba's wasn't really paying attention to him. More concerned about getting the runner out at first base.
It was perfectly executed, right? You do a hit and run. You hope to hit it to the right-hand side where the second baseman's maybe covering, depending on the situation, or the shortstop. That time the second baseman, Gruba, kind of had to take a little reverse to get back to the ball, and by the time he did, great hustle down the line for Swenson. Runners at the corners for Spellhaug right now, and for the Kindred Vikings, chance to add on to their 3-run lead. First pitch, swing and hit one down the left field line, and that's at least an RBI single. Coming in to score is going to be Doctor, making his way to third base is Swenson. He's going to stay there after the little bobble in left field by Glarum, and that'll be an RBI on the way here for Spellhaug. Doctor comes in to score. Swenson goes first to third. Spellhaug is able to get in there with a single and an RBI, and Kevin Rutland here, we'll see if he makes a pitching change or just a quick little conference call on the mound here for the Enderlin Eagles. Spellhaug did a good job and able to get the RBI on the way there for the RBI single. And that one just kind of ate up the left fielder Glarum to allow the runners to go up an extra 90 feet here.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Spellhaug. Didn't do too much with that pitch, just pulled it on the left field line and was able to drive in a run.
Third hit of the inning so far for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, as they've plated 4 across, 2 walks and a strikeout here for Simbira against Kindred-Richland, as Kylan Swenson will step up to the plate. And the pitch. Swenson takes a strike now, 0-1.
One thing we probably need to be paying attention to here as well, Chase, is with the rain, it's cold. I'm sure it's difficult for the pitchers to grip the baseball, as well as some of the fielders, you're just standing there.
And speaking of gripping the baseball there, might have saw it a little bit on that pitch that come in and hit Swenson on the left foot, so that'll be a hit by pitch. Third free pass for Kindred-Richland, as they will have the bases loaded now and a chance to really open up the game here with Bryce at the plate. Up by 4, top of the third inning. He can put one in play. There's some speed on the base pass for the Vikings. The pitch. This one will miss for a ball, now 1-0. 3 batters in the first inning came to the plate, 7 in the second, and so far here in the third, this is batter number 7 again for Kindred-Richland. Swung on and missed. That one in the zone, out of the zone now, 1-1. Simbira looking for a strikeout or maybe a soft little grounder to right back to him, as the pitcher, and get the lead runner out right now. But again, at third base is Jorgen Swenson, Spellhaug at second, and Kylan Swenson at first. This one will be blocked in the dirt at 2-1. Game that got underway 40 minutes ago here on YourLiveEvent.com from Enderlin at Hendrickson Field. As the rain has subsided for at least a moment, this one will be in there for a strike. As if the rain is coming down, it's just barely coming down to pair with what we saw a little bit earlier here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the third inning, nowhere to put Bryce. Jake Simbira, the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, and Simbira gets his second strikeout.
It's a great pitch there by Simbira, able to clip the outside corner of the plate right there.
As Hoyme will step up to the plate with a single his last time up in the second inning. Hoyme with an RBI single, which made it 2-0 at that time. This will be in there for a strike now, 0-1. Then Mason Almers is step up next here after that. But for Owen Hoyme, works behind. 0-1 pitch. This one will get all the way to the backstop. Coming down to score is going to be Jorgen Swenson. He will stand up doing so. That'll be a wild pitch, and the Kindred-Richland Vikings take a 5-0 lead. Spellhog will go from second to third, and going from first to second will be Kylan Swenson via the wild pitch. That run will come in. That's run number 5 now here for Kindred-Richland. This one's going to be hit on the line past the third baseman, and that's going to be a 2 RBI single here for the number 9 batter in Owen Hoyme. Coming in to score is Grant alongside with Kylan, a 2 RBI single, and just like that, it's 8-0 Kindred-Richland. 7-0 Kindred-Richland.
Good piece of hitting there by Hoyme there, just finding the hole between the third baseman and the shortstop and able to drive into 2 big runs for the Vikings.
Yeah. 3 runs driven in so far for Hoyme in total. As now it is a crooked number 5 on the scoreboard here on our Bank North scoreboard in this third inning. Pitch back, not in time. For the Enderlin Eagles, they will send Aiden Glarum, Brendan Lemnis, and Anthony Wendell, the 8, 9, and 1 batters, to the plate. Here's the Zimbiro looking at the runner and the pitch. This one will miss for a ball, as it's now 1-0. So runner at first base is Hoyme again, as we go through the third time through the lineup here for Kindred-Richland. That one is a strike. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Mason so far today 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts to center. Wendell been kept busy with Mason again at the plate. 1-1 pitch upcoming. This one in there for a strike now, 1-2. Game number 3 of 6 today here in Enderlin on yourliveevent.com. Runner at first is Hoyme. Zimbiro 1 strike away. 1-2 pitch out of the zone, now 2-2. Jack Wold, who started this half inning off, is due up next. Started off with a single, back-to-back singles for Kindred-Richland here in the third. The pitch. That's going to miss outside. As now it's going to be 3-2 upcoming here. So runner at first, Hoyme will get a lead from first as he takes off, and that's going to be a walk. Runners will be at first and second. So you have a hit by pitch, a walk by Swenson as well. That's Kylan in the second. And now you're going to have 4 walks so far here today for Zimbiro. Runners at first and second base, as coming up to the plate will be Wold. Wold 1 of 2 today with a single and a run scored. Hoyme at second. Mason will be at first, and stepping in again is Jack Wold. Jake Zimbiro looks back the runner and the pitch. This will be up in the zone, missing for a ball, now 1-0. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, trying to get to 6-1 on the season, picking up a win here for the Enderlin Eagles, looking for their first win of the year. This one will be in there for a strike now, 1-1. So for the Enderlin Eagles, out in their orange tops with Enderlin across the front for Kindred-Richland, out in their blue tops with Vikings in cursive across the front. This one hit up the third base line to the concession stand, and that'll be a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zimbiro has a chance to try to get out a little bit of the inning here as Wadeson will come on and make sure they got the right call and play on here in terms of the signs with the runner at second base. Talk it over. 1 ball, 2 strikes here, top of the third inning. As the Vikings have so far scored 5 runs in the inning, looking to add on to it with runners at first and second and 2 out. Zimbiro, though, 1 good strike away from getting to the bottom of the third. This one will be a fastball out of the zone in 2-2. So Deuces are wild here with 2 runners on, 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one is popped up and potentially playable. Hit up the third base side. The third baseman comes across there, and Lemnis to retire the side on the pop out in foul territory. But the Kindred-Richland Vikings score 5 runs as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. They lead at 7-0 on our Bank North scoreboard.
Enderlin Area Schools is committed to providing students with optimal learning opportunities so they can reach their full potential. Enderlin Area Schools creates learners who believe in the power of their education to help them learn, excel, influence their world, and direct their future. Enderlin Area Schools take pride in their school and community. For up-to-date information, go online to enderlin.k12.nd.us. Good luck to the Eagles participating in all activities throughout the year. Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
It's the 2023 Enderlin Baseball Jamboree on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Jake Watroba with you here in Enderlin as it continues to rain slightly with the overcast skies, as right now they might be turning some of the batches of lights on just to get a little bit more clarity, if you will, which is all right by us here on YourLiveEvent.com. We're trying to keep warm as best as possible, as for the Enderlin Eagles, Inning Glarum will be stepping up here for Enderlin. As for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, I'll just double check on something here. Annan Traum will be coming on and playing second base here for the Vikings. So Glarum, first time up through the lineup here against Mason Almers. Mason gets the strike so far through 2 innings, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk for Mason. And the 0-1. This one is hit on the ground. A little too hot for Spellhog. Able to go 5-3 on the putout, and 1 down on 2 pitches here as Glarum is retired to start the 3rd inning.
Nice pick by Spellhog there at third base. Able to get that off the short hop there and retire Glarum at first.
Well, they don't call it the hot box for nothing, and he's been challenged throughout today here at third a couple of times against Northern Cass. Now Enderlin. This one will be in the dirt at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. This one will be in there now. 1-1, excuse me, after that one missed on the first pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. To Lemnis, the number 9 batter here for the Eagles. Hit on the ground. That's going to be a tough play here. Oh, one placed by Traum goes down to a knee, and that might be our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the game. Nice looking play by Traum. Number 1 going to his left, able to grab the ball, Jake, and then had the wherewithal to kind of spin around on his knee and throw out the runner at first.
Yeah, very impressive play there. Able to go deep into the hole there between first and second, get that ball spin around, and get the runner there by a step.
So 2 down here in the top of the 3rd. Make it the bottom of the 3rd inning as the top of the order, that is. Anthony Wendell will step up to the plate, and he will take a strike. Struck out looking his last time up in the 1st inning. So Mason, the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball is hit, and Traum can't get this one. This will go into right field, and Hoyme will re-rail it in. And that's the first hit of the game for the Enderlin Eagles. So first time through, Mason, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Second time through, it's a 2-out single for Anthony Wendell. As you'll have Carson Gruba stepping up to the plate. And the pitch. This will miss. Now 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes here in the number 2 batter to Gruba, who struck out his last time up in the first. Runner's going to go from first to second base here, sliding in, and he's out. Doctor goes to Jorgen Swenson, who's able to apply the tag, and a really nice tag at that by Swenson to retire the side. There was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 3 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. It's the Vikings up 7-0.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
The Kindred-Richland Vikings and the Enderlin Eagles here on YourLiveEvent.com for Region 1 baseball. In basketball next year, be a little bit different, as the Enderlin Eagles will be in Class B District 1, while for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they will be in Class A next season for baseball. Kindred-Richland 7-0 lead here over the Enderlin Eagles on YourLiveEvent.com, as Kindred-Richland will have Doctor, Upgran, and Swenson due up here to start the top of the 4th inning. Zimbira on for his 3rd inning of work so far, 6 hits against 7 runs. Doctor has reached base twice with a run scored and a single his last time up in the 3rd. This one's going to be hit on the ground. 1 pitch to the second baseman, Gruba. Gruba bobbles the hop, and that'll be allowing Jeremiah Doctor to get on. So a leadoff runner on here for Kindred-Richland. As we've said a couple times throughout this tournament, the mercy rule, if you will. Kindred-Richland, they're trying to get 3 more runs, hold the Enderlin Eagles scoreless, and get to the bottom of the 5th inning with at least a 10-0 lead, or a lead by 10, and then this would be over in 5. That's what Kindred-Richland's looking to do. Enderlin looking to limit the Vikings here in the 4th inning. And try to get some runs across against a really good pitching performance so far by Mason Almaris here on the mound, as this one is a strike to Upgran. Upgran 1 for 2 today with a towering home run in the 2nd. Doctor takes his lead off of first and the pitch. Breaking ball, that'll miss. Now 1-1. Zamira trying to change speeds a little bit here. That breaking ball, locate that fastball. As Doctor takes his lead off of first. As Upgran stepped out for a moment. 1 ball and 1 strike upcoming. And the 1-1. This one's going to miss for a ball. Now 2-1.
Yeah, Simbira's got to be careful here with Upgran. He's already taken him yard already earlier this ball game. Doesn't want to do that again here.
So Upgran, see if he can get a pitch to drive somewhere. Zimbira looking to locate the 2-1 offering. This one's going to be jammed and popped up. Zimbira calls off everybody here as he comes through on the mound and gets out number 1. That one ran in a little bit on Upgran, and now there's one down here as Jorgen Swenson steps up to the plate. Done a little bit of everything so far for Jorgen. Hit by a pitch, stolen base with a run scored in the 2nd. Reached base on an error in the 3rd and able to score in the 3rd inning. Trying to add on to it. RBI double yesterday in their 1 run against the Central Cass Squirrels. It's a good rip on the way for Jorgen. It'll now be 0-1. Laram in left, Wendell in center, Iwan again in right here for the Enderlin Eagles, as Adargo holding the runner on and Doctor at first. Zimbira with the pitch. Miss. Now 1-1 with Wadeson behind the plate. Lemnis at third. Bartholomew at short. 1 ball, 1 strike on the way here as Simbira looks. Runners going. Here's a throw out Wadeson. And that's going to one hop in front of Bartholomew, who just gloves it there. So taking the steal will be Doctor as he's in scoring position now. After that one was on the outer port. Now 2-1. After Swinson bluffed the bunt on that particular play and allowed Doctor to get into scoring position with a stolen base. 2-1 offering. This one is hit down the left field line, and that will be a foul ball. Just missed up the left field line for extra bases. Instead, it will be a loud strike at 2-2.
Yeah, Swenson almost reaching up there up in the upper part of that strike zone there. Paddled it down the left field line there.
Kind of almost like a cricket hit, if you will, right?
That's a good comparison, I think.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second base with 1 out here in the 4th. This one is hit high in the air to center field. Wendell is camping underneath it. Doctor going from second, and he will stay put there after a really nice play by Wendell to get it back in quickly, and that'll be the 2nd out. Off the bat, you were wondering, did that maybe have enough, but just kind of hung out there. As with the lights coming on here, it almost feels like the sun is out in Enderlin now at 2 o'clock in the afternoon from what we were seeing just 15, 20 minutes ago.
Looks like the sun is out, but it doesn't feel like the sun is out, Chase.
Still at second base, and Spellhog can probably agree with you playing third base. Wearing those long sleeves here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. The first pitch to Grant. That'll be out of the zone, now 1-0. Spellhog with a single and a run scored back in the 3rd and able to drive in a run as well at the time to make it 4-0 Kindred-Richland. Vikings with 5 runs in the 3rd inning and had 2 runs in the 2nd. Simbira looks back to runner. Doctor at second and the pitch. Also missed as well, now 2-0. Kylan Swenson due up next for the Vikings. For the Enderlin Eagles, they will have their 2, 3, and 4 batters up in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch. This one is going to be popped up, potentially playable here for Enderlin. Gruba comes out, takes way to the right fielder, and Iwan calls Gruba off to retire the sign. So that'll finish it off here in the 4th inning for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. No runs, there were no hits, and Aaron runner left on base. 3.5 complete here from Hendrickson Field. Kindred-Richland leads at 7-0 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Enderlin Insurance Agency welcomes all the players, coaches, and fans to the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. At Enderlin Insurance Agency, they're here to help you protect what you've worked hard to earn. Whether it's your home, vehicle, business, or a combination of all these, they have you covered. Enderlin Insurance Agency is committed to a high standard of excellence in all that they do and to establish a firm relationship of mutual trust and service with each of their clients. Give Deb, Luba, or Adam a call today at 437-2444. The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings! It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground, is going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net.
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning, we go on our Bank North scoreboard. They offer the perfect sync for your busy life with their online banking and mobile app. You can take Bank North wherever you go, anytime, to handle your banking requests. It's values-based banking without ever slowing down. Member FDIC and proud supporter of their community. And you can visit their branch in Enderlin coming up throughout the week as well. Mason Omaris on again for Carson Gruba. Gruba was on to end the third, but then caught stealing there was Wendell at second to finish it off. This one's going to be hit and popped up. A chance for Doctor as it'll just miss the front row here of the grandstands at Hendrickson Field. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the bottom of the 4th inning. Carson Gruba, Wadeson, and Bartholomew due up here for the Enderlin Eagles. Really good job by Jake Sambier, though, last half inning. Jake, after having a 5 spot in the 3rd inning, leadoff batter gets on with an error, but able to retire 3 in a row there, not give up any more runs moving into the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, big spot there for Simbura, as you're talking about. As we get closer here to the 5th inning, 7-run ball game, you're trying to not get 10 run.
Mm-hmm. This one will be in the dirt now, 3-1. The Eagles so far with 1 hit. They came back from Anthony Wendell last inning. The pitch. And this one will be in the dirt. That'll be the 3rd base runner now for the Eagles. The second free pass. The last walk came by Jake Simbira in the 2nd. And Cashton Wadeson will come up to the plate here for Enderlin. So runner at first base with Gruba. Wadeson, the junior catcher here on this contest for the Eagles. Steps up to the plate, 0 for 1 today. Runner stays put. And that one blocked in the back by Doctor. Now 1-0 on the backhand. Upgren started the scoring off in the 2nd with a solo homer. Then Hoyme with an RBI single to follow that in the inning. There's the pick three, and that's not going to be in time as we'll keep the runner at first base here in Gruba. Good-looking move, though, by Mason. Almost got the runner there at Gruba at first. Taking his lead off of first base again is Gruba, the 1-0. This one going to be hit on the ground. Could be 2. Jorgen Swenson, though, bobbles it at shortstop, and everybody's safe. You kind of see Jorgen as that ball came up on that 3rd little hop. He was looking to see where Trom was to kind of flip it, and as he looked up, that's when the ball just kind of ate him up right there.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of rushed through things there. Was really wanted to turn that double play right there. It was tailor-made. It was right there for him, and you got to get the first out before you get the second out.
An error on Swenson will allow Bartholomew to come to plate. And first pitch, swinging it straightaway center field. Get up to the warning track, and that's on top of the snowpack here. 1 run is coming in. Bartholomew's going to stay there, and it's going to be runners now at 1st and 3rd, and Bartholomew with the relay is going to go to 2nd. That was a bullet there by Bartholomew, who almost hit a 3-run home run to straightaway center fild.
Yeah, we talked about earlier today, the wind's kind of blowing in from the outfield right there. An absolute rocket to right center field, hit off the top of the snow mound out there, right underneath the Hendrickson Field sign. You have to think maybe if there wasn't any wind, that probably just gets out of here by the skin of its teeth.
So Bartholomew with the RBI. Coming in to score is Gruba. Taking 3rd base is Wadeson. This again, bottom of the 4th inning. The Enderlin Eagles get their first run of the game against Mason here in this one. This will be hit on the ground. Swenson is there. That'll be a run driven in. They'll take the out, but also it's a run scored here for the Enderlin Eagles. So Adargo with the RBI. Coming in to score is Wadeson, and Bartholomew will take 3rd base. So coming out aggressive here, the last 2 batters. First pitch swinging again, Mason.
Yeah, and now you have Simbura up here with a runner on 3rd base, no outs. Has a chance to add to or help his own cause here and help them claw them back into this ball game.
1 out, as we mentioned with that last one there, so Adargo. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, even a quality out here can be productive, right? A sacrifice fly, get another run to try to come across if you can.
Yep.
So this is, again, bottom of the 4th inning. Enderlin gets 1, now 2. Now it's a question of what can they get for a crooked number here in the bottom of the 4th. This one's going to be hit high in the air. That's to center field. Swenson to left center makes the glove catch for the out. It will be a sacrifice fly. Kylan Swenson takes an extra base hit away from Jake Simbura, but the Enderlin Eagles, as quickly as you can blink, score 3 runs across here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The sacrifice fly, Bartholomew comes in to score. It's now 7-3 in favor of Kindred-Richland.
Yeah, solid inning right now by the Eagles. You don't need to score all 7, but you need to chip away at that lead.
Another first pitch swinging here by Iwan as that one goes to Trom. It's 4-3 on the put-up, but for the Enderlin Eagles, they're able to score 3 runs off of 1 hit. There was an error, and nobody left on base. 4 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. It's a new score, Kindred-Richland up by 4.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
On YourLiveEvent.com, it's a 7-3 lead in favor of the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Chase Miller, Jake Trouble with you here in Enderlin at Hendrickson Field. And as for the Kindred-Richland Vikings right now, they see that 7-run lead trimmed down now to 4. So a productive bottom of the 4th inning for the Enderlin Eagles as they really came out and jumped on Mason Almaris there at the mound. And now it's going to be Swenson, Whipley, and Hoyme. These 7, 8, and 9 batters due up here for Kindred-Richland. There's a miss out of the zone for a ball 1-0. Swenson walk with a stolen base in the second. Hit by pitch with a run scored in the third. This one is hit up the first base line. Foul.
This is a big inning here for Simbura. Your hitters just put up 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning here. You need to kind of maintain that momentum, so you want to make it a quick inning here. Get off the field and get those hot bats back into the batter's box.
Able to retire 3 straight to get out of the 4th inning after giving up an error to go up against a Kindred-Richland Viking batter. The Vikings have had a runner aboard on every inning so far against Jake. 2 balls, 1 strike here. And the pitch. This one, and it hit him, nope. Colin Swenson was hit by a pitch in the pretty much same location earlier in the third. Will make it now 3-1. 3-1. This one going to be grounded. Simbura loses his hat, goes across to Argo, and that'll be an out. Good-looking play there, 1-3 on the put-up. Now, Simbura really had to hustle after that one, as that was almost just hugging the first base line the entire way for 1 down quickly here in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, good job by Simbura to field his position there, get over to the first baseline and palm that ball and get it over to the first baseman.
Yeah, as Bryce Whipley will come on, the junior left fielder, 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. 4 straight by Simbura. That has been retired here for the Enderlin Eagles, as Bryce now is 1-0 in the count. Top of the 5th inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. As we're getting to the hour 10 mark here in this one. Swung on and missed, now 1-1. Big man at the plate on the on-deck circle, though, is Hoyme. He's 2 for 2 today with 3 runs driven in as the number 9 batter here for Kindred-Richland. Would like to add some more damage here in this inning. This one will miss for the ball. Now 2-1 to Bryce. For the Enderlin Eagles, they'll have a game on Thursday in Castleton going up against the Central Cass Squirrels. Here's a 2-1 offering. That'll be out of the zone. Now 3-1. Later tonight, Central Cass, speaking of the Squirrels, they'll play at 5 o'clock against the Ball Stars and at 7 o'clock against the Oaks Tornadoes. Coming up here for Central Cass. The pitch, that'll be in there for a strike at 3-2, and Simbura has worked the count now to a 3-2 offering to Bryce. 3 balls, 2 strikes, looking for out number 2 here of the 5th. This one going to be fouled up the first baseline, and we'll do it all over again. So Simbura's done enough, Jake, to keep the Kindred-Richland batters a little bit off kilter. Kindred-Richland scored 5 runs in the 3rd inning. They had 4 hits, but scored a couple of those runs thanks to 2 errors as well to get that crooked number on the board. And Simbira rocks and delivers. 3-2 is going to miss, and that'll be a ball. So 5th walk of the game here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. And a man that's had a lot of success here today is Owen Hoyme. So Hoyme will step in. 2 for 2 today with 2 singles and 3 runs driven in. An RBI single in the 2nd and a 2 RBI single in the 3rd. This will miss for a ball. Now 1-0. Mason O'Maris is due up next, and the pitch count is starting to climb here on Jake Simbira as well.
This might be his the most important hitter he faces here this inning, because you don't want to let Hoyme get on base and let the Vikings start a rally.
Looking for a bunt. That'll be foul back. That'll be 1-1. Kindred-Richland with a win here today will pick up their 6th of the season, go to 6-1. While for the Enderlin Eagles, they're trying to get to 1-3 with a W here on this Saturday afternoon. Taking his lead off of first base, again, is Bryce. Simbira looks back, the runner and the pitch. Breaking ball, going to be in there. Breaking ball for a strike now, 1-2. So the junior right fielder, Hoyme, will have to battle now. Falling behind the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes here in Enderlin. As Jake Simbira will come on, and the 1-2 offering. Foul tipped, and we'll do it all over again at 1-2. Well, this has been fun to see so far with these games that we've had today. Been well executed from kind of top to bottom for the most part, with some quality pitching along the way, and the bats have came alive as we've gotten a little bit more later on from the morning into the afternoon here at Hendrickson Field. Here's the 1-2 offering. Breaking ball, that'll miss now, 2-2. Favorite baseball movie of all time, Jake, would it be?
For me, it's probably Moneyball.
Moneyball, and the crazy thing is the Minnesota Twins beat that team, and now Moneyball almost seems not irrelevant, but how it's gone on with other teams and utilizing different strategies, as this one's going to be off the catcher, as Wadeson will allow the runner then in Whipley to go down to second base on the pass ball here at 3-2. And the reason why I say that is the team that created Moneyball are not getting a lot of wins this year on the Oakland Athletics here, Jake.
You know, here's another reason why it's kind of irrelevant. You know, the crux of that movie about the breaking the AL winning streak, that record is no longer relevant. I think the Cleveland Guardians hold that. And
Simbira gets the strikeout here. That's punch out number 3 and out number 2 of the 2nd inning.
And the other thing to add to that as well, the Oakland Athletics aren't long for this world here anymore. They're going to be the Las Vegas Athletics here probably in the next couple of years.
Las Vegas A's, it makes sense with the A's when you think of Aces. The ironic thing, they got a WNBA team out there called the Aces in Las Vegas. The pitch. I'll be out of the zone for a ball now, 1-0. Don't look now. If Simbira is able to get O'Maris retired here, you go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Enderlin trailing by 4. They cut into that deficit with 3 runs in the 4th inning, looking to do so here in the 5th as well. Runner taking his lead as Whipley off a second. 1-0 pitch is going to be hit in the air. That's to left. Scott Milbrandt waves the runner around third. Bryce coming in to score as Mason takes a hard turnaround first. It's an RBI single, and the Kindred-Richland Vikings now take an 8-3 advantage.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Mason Almaris, helping his own cause there, getting the RBI single, extending the lead back to 5 as they look to get back those 3 runs that Enderlin scored in the bottom of the 4th.
So the RBI single on the way here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. Jack Wold will make that. Trom will be at the plate. Once again, Trom will come on here. Wold is done. Single with a run scored back in the 3rd inning. Went 1 for 3. So Trom now. Simbira looks back. The runner at first base. Here's a pick. And Mason Almaris able to drive back in safely. Yeah, Moneyball definitely one of those. Obviously, there's some comedies, as we know, at the major league movies that we've been able to see throughout. Little Big League, maybe you saw a little Big League play a little bit earlier this morning with Northern Cass. The pitch. This one will allow the runner first to second. O'Meara's going to try to slide in safely, and he does. Good pick by Carson Bartholomew there trying to apply the tag. So Mason will take second base, as it's now going to be a 1-0 count on the way here to Trom.
And Chase, we saw that from Mason Almaris earlier this morning against Northern Cass. I think he was able to get a couple steals in that ball game for the Vikings.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one will run in for a ball now 2-0. And Mason, so far on the mound, was in rhythm until the 4th inning. 4 innings, 1 hit. He's given up 3 runs with 2 strikeouts, make it 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. As this one misses now 3-0. If Trom's able to get aboard, Jeremiah Doctor will come up next, and then you'd have Max Upgrand after that. So some heavy hitters here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, looking to move the line here with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Pitch that'll miss for a 4-pitch walk, and Simbira will have his 6th walk of the day. And Kevin Brotland will come out here, and this might be it for Jake Simbira with where he's at on the pitch count as well. We'll see if we have a pitching change with runners at first and second. Top of the 5th, 2 outs, and Jeremiah Doctor coming to the plate. Or if this will be a quick little meeting, and it looks like we will have a new pitcher. We'll let you know about it next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime value such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the IRE Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let IRE Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to ireinsurance.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
So Jake Simbira will go 4 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 8 runs against him right now, but he's on the hook for the runners at first and second base. 6 walks and 3 strikeouts as Brendan Bartholomew will come on and go up against Jeremiah Doctor here with 1 out left here in the top of the 5th inning. Bartholomew to Doctor. This one fouled back and will be 0-1. Doctor today has reached base 3 times, single in the 3rd with a run scored. As at that particular juncture, that made it 3-0 in favor of Kindred-Richland with the RBI single in the 3rd. Second base is Almaris. Trom is at first base, and the pitch. This will miss. Now will be 1-1. Batter number 6 here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings in the top of the 5th inning. Bartholomew looks back the runner and the pitch. This will be out of the zone. Now 2-1. Awfully large batter here as Kindred-Richland has 1 across. But if Doctor is able to turn it around here, all of a sudden you're talking about 3 runs, maybe 1 or 2 depending on the situation, and trying to creep that lead up back to 7 where they had it at one point here in this game. And if Doctor reaches base, you got a guy who's already hit a home run on deck in Opgrand. 3 balls, 1 strike here to the number 3 batter in the Kindred-Richland Viking lineup. 3-1 pitch. That'll be a ball, and that'll be the first walk here for Bartholomew on the first batter that he's faced. Runners will move up 90 feet, and now comes Max Upgrand. Solo home run in the 2nd 1 for 3 today with a run driven in and a run scored off that solo homer. And now Kindred-Richland, again, a home run here will make it a 9-run contest. Opgren hits one high in the air. That's to straightaway center field, and that ball is gone. It's a grand slam for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, and Max Opgren has done it for the second time today. This via the 4-run homer, and it's now a 12-3 contest here for Kindred-Richland.
Great piece of hitting there by Opgren. Found a ball up in the zone and was able to barrel it up and almost put it in the press box in center field there.
Yeah, we've seen Wendell climb the snowpack, trying to see if he can maybe steal that baseball, kind of going up a little bit along the way. So the book is going to be done then on Zimbira. He'll give up 10 runs, 2 runs charged here to Bartholomew, and that hit as well with the walk in the last 2 batters. Now all of a sudden, Kindred-Richland, they score at 1 run here before we get to the bottom of the 5th inning. And then we start talking about the mercy rule here at Hendrickson Field. So Jorgen Swenson will come on here, take a ball. Now ahead in the count 2-0. Reached base twice so far today, is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch in the second with a run scored. Reached base with an error and a run scored back in the third. 2-0, that'll miss. Now 3-0. Grant Spellhaug is due up next for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. And Brennan Bartholomew looking to find the zone right now for Enderlin. The pitch, that'll miss. It'll be a 4-pitch walk. So runner at first base is going to be Jorgen Swenson, and batter number 9 of the inning, here is Grant Spellhaug. The junior third baseman with a single and a run scored back in the third, and will look to hit one in the outfield and allow Swenson to try to take off and get going. And I wouldn't be surprised if Swenson tries to steal second here and get in the scoring position, trying to be that, pick up that run and be up by double digits. There he goes. First pitch swinging by Spellhaug. There's Waitson's throw. Not going to be in time, as taking it's going to be Swenson into stolen base. Now into scoring position here for the Vikings. For the Enderlin Eagles, in the bottom of the 5th inning, they will be sitting Glarum, Lemnis, and Wendell. The 8, 9, and 1 batters due up here in the bottom of the 5th for Enderlin. And the pitch. This one will miss. Now it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. Spellhaug, we've seen him flash to leather a couple times here today. Jake 2 at third base and be pretty good in that hot box corner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This will come in and hit him. So Spellhaug hit by a batter here. It'll be the 9th team walk for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. And Kylan Swenson, the sophomore center fielder, will step up to the plate. And got to feel like for Swenson right now, with what we've seen from Brennan Bartholomew, going to be really looking and honing in for a particular pitch here. Bartholomew looking to find the zone, does there, followed back to Swenson now 0-1. So the Enderlin Eagles on the verge of getting 10-run ruled here. If they give up a run, then if they don't score in the bottom of the 5th. All right, now I want to keep it at 9. 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Now 1-1 as the Vikings again have batted around here in the top of the 5th inning.
Kylan, you're looking to drive in his brother.
And here's the hit and run right over Bartholomew, right on cue. The older brother coming in to score thanks to the younger brother making his way from first to third. It's going to be Spellhaug, and that's going to be an RBI base knock here for the younger brother. And Kylan now will have runners at second and third. Yeah. Jorgen Swenson comes in to score. Spellhaug is able to go from first to third, and Swenson, that's Kylan, able to get into scoring position.
A good piece of hitting right there by Kylan Swenson, waiting for his pitch. Was patient in the batter's box there, found his pitch, and just lined it over the shortstop's head for RBI single.
It's now 12. Make that a 13-3 ball game on our Bank North scoreboard right now. And Bryce Whipley will come on with a 1-0 count. Bartholomew, the pitch. This one is hit in the air to center field. Wendell comes on. This one's going to drop in front of him and get past him. So 1 run comes in to score. 2 runs comes in to score. Bryce will get his way to second, and he'll stay there. It's a bases-clearing knock, and that'll make it now 14 and make it 15-3 here in favor of Kindred-Richland. So coming in is going to be Grant. Also, Kylan Swenson here as Hoyme will step up to the plate. 15-3 in favor of the Kindred-Richland Vikings. This one will be in the dirt for a ball, now 1-0. So taking a look here for Kindred-Richland. Last batter to get an out was Hoyme. Since then, it's been 8 straight to get a board here with all 2 outs on top of it for the Vikings in the top of the 5th. Now it's 2-0. A single by Mason and a walk by Trom, a walk by Doctor, grand slam by Max Upgrand, a walk by Jorgen Swenson, hit by pitch by Spellhaug. Kylan with a base knock there, and now we have another base knock by Whipple with the air on the play by the Wendell to allow the runners to move up 90 feet. As Owen Hoyme is 2 for 3 today and a chance to add on to 3 runs driven in so far. Now it's a 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike here. Runner at second base again for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. And the pitch. This is hit high in the air to left field. Camping underneath it is Glarum. And that'll retire the side on the flyout, but the Kindred-Richland Vikings score 8 runs in the top of the 5th and are 3 outs away from putting this game to bed unless Enderlin is able to score 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. I'll let you know about it next here on your live event.
Enderlin Area Schools is committed to providing students with optimal learning opportunities so they can reach their full potential. Enderlin Area Schools creates learners who believe in the power of their education to help them learn, excel, influence their world, and direct their future. Enderlin Area Schools take pride in their school and community. For up-to-date information, go online to enderlin.k12.nd.us. Good luck to the Eagles participating in all activities throughout the year. Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Kindred-Richland Vikings with 8 runs again in the top of the 5th inning where they sent 12 batters to the plate. 4 hits, 1 run, 2 left on base. The big blast was with Max Upgrand there with the grand salami. And they had a single walk, and Jackson Bureau did a good job to start the inning, all things considered, with Swenson grounded out, walk to Whipple, and then a strikeout with Hoyme. But after that, it would just kind of unraveled a little bit there, and for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they're able to take full advantage of it, Jake, here in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, I mean, since we asked what my favorite movie was, Moneyball, it was the famous line in that, I shouldn't say famous line, but Billy Bean says when your enemy's making a mistake, don't stop them.
This one's going to be popped up and hit down the left field line, and look up for a windshield, as this will able to get right in front of the school bus here. That's one of those high fly balls that could have an indentation very much into a windshield for a crack, or possibly leave an indent in the front of a hood.
Well, it's a good thing we parked in the back of the parking lot there, Chase?
Well, that's the hope here, that no one can. If someone reaches it that far, they
deserve it. Hey, go ahead, break my windshield.
1 ball, 1 strike. This one's going to be hit on the ground. That's the shortstop. There's Jorgen Swenson. Goes across the diamond. Good stretch by Opgram, but they're going to say he was off the base. And getting aboard here is Enderlin.
That's a tough stretch right there. I almost think they should just award him the out there just for the show, the display of, I don't even know what you would, flexibility there.
Athleticism, flexibility. Yeah, name your ability on that one. The Oaks Tornadoes will play the Enderlin Eagles coming up next as they're making their way closer to the field. Here's the pitch by Mason, looking to go the complete game here through 5. As Lemnis will step up to the plate. 0 for 1 so far today with Anthony Wendell due up next, runner at first here for the Enderlin Eagles. And the pitch. This one will be in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Enderlin 3 runs in the 4th inning, and thanks in part to a Bartholomew RBI single, and they just kind of kept going a little bit with an Adargo RBI and then Simbiro sacrifice fly. That one's in there for a strike at 1-2. And now another leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 15-3 here in favor of the Kindred-Richland Vikings. And the pitch, swung on and miss, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Strikeout number 5 for Mason Almaris. Anthony Wendell due up next, and Carson Gruba here again, the top of the lineup. Wendell, 1 of 2 today with a single, caught stealing back in the 3rd. So we have a limo across the way at Hendrickson Field. We've seen the trains, haven't seen the limos yet, so put that on your baseball bingo card.
Did you order that?
I did not. Hoping maybe for a little bit later on. Thinking maybe prom, but it could be a little bit late for prom, and wouldn't think you'd, again, depending on the situation of where you're at. No balls, 1 strike here. Almaris, Stanley 0-1. Swung on and missed, now 0-2. Maybe bad to ride back into the Fargo metro area after this with a limo, Jake.
It'd be kind of nice, actually.
No balls, 2 strikes on the way. As Almaris looks back, the runner 0-2 will run in and almost hit Anthony Wendell. And that'll be 1-2. Earlier today here in the Enderlin Baseball and Jamboree, Kindred-Richland, little breakfast in baseball at 9 o'clock in the morning. Vikings won 5-2. Tank Miller with the complete game 2-hitter in that contest. This one will be strike 3 looking. That'll be Almaris to get the 2nd out of the inning and strikeout number 6. Northern Cass topped the Ball Stars 12-1 in that contest. Metzger had 8 strikeouts and Husar with 6 strikeouts in relief for Northern Cass. This one swung on and missed. Now it's going to be 0-1. Carson Gruba here today walked with a run scored his last time up in the 4th and struck out looking in the 1st. Almaris is 2 strikes away from picking up a win here for Kindred-Richland. And the pitch, that'll be in there for a strike. Now 0-2. So the Enderlin Eagles need to keep the line moving here. They need 3 runs to avoid the 10-run rule. And the pitch, this one's going to be hit, and that's going to be to center field, into right center, and that'll retire the side here for the Enderlin Eagles. In a ball game that is able to go 1 hour and 33 minutes, the winning pitcher is going to be Mason Almaris here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, while for the losing pitcher is going to be Jake Simbira here for the Enderlin Eagles in a contest again that goes 1 hour and 33 minutes. Kindred-Richland improves to 6-1, while the Enderlin Eagles drop to 0-4 on the season. They'll play again in about 20 minutes or so against the Oaks Tornadoes. We're back after this on your live event.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
Enderlin Insurance Agency welcomes all the players, coaches, and fans to the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. At Enderlin Insurance Agency, they're here to help you protect what you've worked hard to earn. Whether it's your home, vehicle, business, or a combination of all these, they have you covered. Enderlin Insurance Agency is committed to a high standard of excellence in all that they do and to establish a firm relationship of mutual trust and service with each of their clients. Give Deb, Luba, or Adam a call today at 437-2444.
Again, your final in 5 innings, the Kindred-Richland Vikings able to pick up the win over the Enderlin Eagles here from Hendrickson Field by a final of 15-3 here for the Vikings. Mason Almaris picks up the complete game win with 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 runs, 2 hits in 5 innings of work. And picking up 2 home runs was Max Upgran, the senior first baseman here. Goes 2 for 4 from the plate with 2 runs scored and 5 runs driven in via the solo home run and the grand slam home run here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as well for Max Upgran. So again, 15-3 is your final. Max Upgran is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to enbridge.com for career opportunities in this one and for more opportunities in and around the Red River Valley. Max Upgran from the Kindred-Richland Vikings, the senior first baseman, the solo home run in the second, and the game that really broke it up in the 5th with a grand slam is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from the aforementioned Max Upgran in a moment, and we'll get to our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the contest and put a bow on game number 3 of day number 2 of the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings! It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground, going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net.
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
As we come back here on our post-game show, join us is the man who hit 2 home runs, and again, senior first baseman Max Upgran here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as they pick up win number 6 of the season. Max able to get the 2 solo blasts, almost the solo home run and the grand slam almost in the same part of the ballpark here at Hendrickson Field. Take us through your first solo home run there in the second, just kind of what were you seeing and what were you waiting on to hit that one to get the first run across here for the Vikings?
On that first guy, he threw it down the pipe, and I missed at the first pitch, and then so I knew I'd be waiting on that same pitch again. And I didn't really get good contact on it, to be honest. I hit the bottom part of the ball, went up high, but luckily this shorter field, it didn't really matter.
And then you send 12 batters to the plate in that big inning in the 5th, and you're able to hit the grand slam there after you had a pair of walks and a single as well in front of you to load the bases. Just take us through the grand slam, waiting very little time to kind of attack through the zone there and pick up your 5 runs driven in here today.
Yeah, I made sure I timed that guy up when he was with the guy before me, and I knew that he was kind of wild, so I wasn't expecting to hit it at all, but he put one down the middle again, and I just had to jump on that.
Yeah, able to pick up 2 wins here this morning. You get Northern Cass again coming up on Tuesday. What did you like from your team here this morning for a little breakfast in baseball and then a little lunch in baseball here today at Hendrickson Field?
Our pitching has been pretty good, especially last night with Owen on the mound. I really think we need to work on our defense stuff. I think there's just a lot of little things we got to pick up.
Yeah, and then speak about Owen Hoyme. Have you ever seen a pitcher kind of be in that rhythm with 15 guys and he's able to strike out 13 here, Max?
I know. I was hoping he just struck out all of them. It'd be a lot more fun. But no, yeah, he was in rhythm. Yeah, actually jokingly call him Winemere, so it kind of fits him well in that.
It fits him well very much. Hey, thanks so much for your time, Max. Best of luck moving forward throughout the rest of the season.
Appreciate it.
Max Upgran again is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. When we return, we'll put a bow on this one and get you ready for our afternoon and evening session here at the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree on your live event.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime values such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
Let's get to our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the game in this one. RDK Enterprises, get ready for the upcoming spring planting season with RDK Enterprises here on yourliveevent.com. Our RDK Enterprises feature a precision play of the game. A really good play by Traum at second base, able to go to the short right field, able to get down to a neat reverse and come up and fire and get Brandon Lemnis out at first base. That was back in the third inning. The defensive Wem Gem is for RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the game. Go to planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com, and have a safe spring in the fields and on the roadways. And if you need anything tuned up before you get to the planting season, contact RDK Enterprises. So the Kindred-Richland Vikings pick up a win. They're 6-1 now on this season. They'll play next on Tuesday, hosting the Northern Cache Jaguars, while the Enderlin Eagles, they drop to 0-4. Kindred-Richland, 15 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, and 7 runners left on base. For the Enderlin Eagles, 3 runs, 2 hits, 5 errors, and 3 runners left on base. Mason Almaris picks up the complete game win, while Jake Simbira picks up the loss in a game that goes an hour and 33 minutes. Still to come here on your live event. Coming up next at the top of the hour, it'll be Oaks and Enderlin at 3. Central Cass goes up against the Ball Stars at 5, and the Squirrels go up against the Oaks Tornadoes at 7. That's all to come here on yourliveevent.com.